Hi, my name is Cava Menzies, and I am a vocal music faculty member at the Oakland School for the Arts. I love the school that I work at. I've been here since 2001, and it's an incredible place, and I'm happy to be teaching music here. One of my proudest moments as a teacher actually happened last year. My students and I got to collaborate with Chris Martin of Coldplay, and obviously that's an amazing opportunity, but what stands out for me about it was for me, it was the lesson about saying yes, like always being ready for an opportunity, being flexible, being willing to say yes no matter what the task is, because you never know what's behind that door. Prince had just died, and we said, well, we know Purple Rain. He's like, okay, well, let me hear what you got. And so we're collaborating with him on Purple Rain. And he said, what else do you have? And we said, well, David Bowie had also passed, and so we knew Under Pressure. And he said, well, let me hear that. And he said, I love David Bowie. There's this song that I want you guys to learn. Do you know it? And at the time, we didn't know it. And he said, gosh, that would be so cool to do it for the finale, but it's okay if you guys don't know it. And we turned around right away and said, no, we're going to learn it. I know we have 2 hours before the show, but we are going to go back and we're going to go learn that tune. And I don't know how seriously he took us in that moment, but we left the sound check and all of us went straight into the classroom and sat behind a piano and we arranged and learned that song. And we came back to Chris in his dressing room and we said, we're ready, can we practice it with you? And so we sat in the dressing room of the Fox Theater and collaborated with him. And at the end of the evening, he came up to me and gave me a big hug and said, your students were incredible. How would you guys like to join Coldplay, the entire band, at Levi's Stadium next fall? We'll be back in California. And so that was one of the most incredible moments, and for me a big lesson in saying yes and just being willing to roll with whatever comes your way. One of the biggest challenges that I find in the classroom is making sure that there's equity amongst students. We have a diverse student body. It's a priority of ours and something that we love and that we value, but it's also something that I want to make sure there's a classroom culture where everybody feels equally represented in the kind of curriculum I teach, represented in the way that I speak to them and the kind of voice that they have. So I try a lot of different techniques to get students and families engaged. One of them is that we do a retreat every year. We usually do it at a student's house. It's a way for kids to step outside of the classroom and see where each other lives and learn a bit about them personally, and that seems to break down some barriers that might otherwise be there. My favorite kind of classroom is a non-conventional classroom. I don't particularly like the education that I had growing up. I feel like it was stale and static and kind of repetitive of what generations before me had. I really like this new and innovative way of teaching in my mind, which is, number one, students have voice. The teacher's not the only authority figure in the room. I love relying on student expertise. I also want the education and the curriculum to be relevant and oriented towards students' careers, so I bring in a lot of guest artists. We've had Lettucey come, we have a Guapole, Kaylani, local artists. We're having David Diggs from Camilton come in 2 days. Anybody that we can engage that can come into the classroom and speak to the students, that's a big part of what I like to do. When I first started teaching, all I cared about was teaching music. This is my 14th year teaching now, and I care about a lot more than just teaching music. I care about the kind of people that I'm creating and helping shape, and I also really care about the community that I live in and making sure that we're making community impact. So there's a lot of music programs in Oakland that have been cut, especially from low-income neighborhoods, in particular in East and West Oakland, and we were watching the demographics of our school change. As we became more popular as a school, the demographics change. So one of the things that we created was a program called Step It Up, and that was created in 2013, and we wanted to create an equal playing field for all students to be able to audition into our school. So Step It Up is a free after-school program. We offer it on Mondays. We offer it in every art form, not just music. So there's dance and literary arts and production design. It's a free program for 5th through 8th graders, and it's a way for us as the faculty and the working artists here to give back to our community, to make sure that all kids have access to music education, and that they have a route to get an opportunity like going to a school like OSA.